Hi guys, Oliver from OBR Horology. Today we're going to talk about how to get into watchmaking here in Australia. We're going to go through the tools, equipment I'd recommend to start off with, along with the educational pathways here in Australia, because there's not too many. When you're starting out, it's difficult to know what to get. You know, there's so many tools out there, so many kits, everyone's recommending different things. There is some essentials. Now on top of that as well, you can get good quality stuff and then let's say average quality stuff. For some of these things, the quality does make a difference and it does actually make your life easier. You just need to weigh up the cost, you know, how much you want to spend, and whether it's a hobby or you plan to go into it professionally. Basically, first thing you want to get, screwdriver set. Like, you can't not have a screwdriver set. When you're getting a set of screwdrivers, there's two options. You can get a cheap pair like these. These are relatively inexpensive. You can find these on AliExpress, on eBay. These are, you know, simple. They'll kind of get the job done and they'll keep you out of trouble. If you plan to do this longer term or kind of go semi-professional or however, Bergeron, A&F, Horotech do make nice tweezer sets. Now these do cost anywhere in the vicinity of that, like say $300 to $600 range. You can get smaller sets, so you don't have to buy the 10 screwdriver set. You can get like 6, and normally I recommend getting the white, the yellow, the black, the red, the grey, and I think the set comes with the pink one as well, and that's everywhere from 0.6 to 1.2, I believe. Now that'll cover you and keep you out of trouble. Basically, you can get the bigger set, but realistically, like, you're not going to use the bigger sizes that much. And while the small orange one is handy, it's not essential when you're starting out. Next thing you want is tweezers. Now, I consider tweezers to be really important, you know, and you use a good set of these does make a difference. You can get them from Dermont, and that's what I have, and I do recommend getting anti-magnetic ones as well. They do help. Next, you want to get some hand removing and hand fitting tools. Now, we use multiple different styles in here. When you're starting off, you probably want to try this type, but it really comes down to preference and feel. Like I said, you can get stuff from Bergeron, Horotech, A&F, and you can certainly spend the world and back. Or starting off, you can just get something simple. You can also get what's called the Presto tool, which is pretty versatile and is also used to remove the cannon pinion. It's not the best for removing all the hands, but it can be used for that when you're starting out. Oils and oilers. In regards to oils and oilers, this is actually quite important. A good oiler will make a significant difference and make life a lot easier for you. Now, in saying that, oilers from Bergeron, the ergonomic ones, which we have, are these ones here, they're quite expensive. Alternatively, you can certainly get away with buying like a small one, like the red, and then like a yellow one, which is the bigger one, and that'll get you out of the woodworks for most of it. These oilers are significantly better than the other type that you can get on eBay or online, but they do make putting oil in there a lot easier. In regards to oils, well, there's no real shortcut way around this. Basically, you need 901, which is a white oil. Some people use 9020, but I would recommend HP 1300. HP 1300 is also used essentially now in a lot of the winding setting and other spots in modern watches, and so you can get away with using HP 1300. Basically, it acts like a grease essentially. If you do 901 at HP 1300 to start off with, that'll get you out of the woodworks, but realistically, longer term, you're going to need to buy a couple of different greases, whether that's Molly or the blue one, which I've forgotten the number for. Also, in regards to the oils, you need an escapement grease, which is a 9415. But when you're starting out, you know, you're just trying to get your legs. It's not necessary. Oiling the escapement is a little bit tricky. So it's best just to practice the fundamentals of oiling in the gear train, barrel, windiness setting, and the balance. What you don't have to spend a lot of money on is an oil pot. You can get these ones here. These are nice and cheap and easy, that they'll serve a purpose. You honestly don't need to spend like massive money on Version or whatever other brand. All it has to do is just hold your oil, and that's really it. The next thing I recommend that you get is obviously your eyeglasses, your loupes. Now, there is heaps of these to get out there. There is so many different varieties. Now, for me personally, I bought good stuff like straight away, and it did make a difference. You can get pretty cheap eyeglasses, but if you're using them long term and long hours, you know, it can be pretty bad for your vision and can, you know, give you headaches, or it's just like you look up and it just doesn't feel right, and it can distort your vision a little bit. So I always recommend, you know, getting some good ones. In saying that, you know, here's some links for eBay, AliExpress. You can also check out Cousins UK. There's also All Time Co here in Australia. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.